You are listening to The Burning Truth. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, dude and dudettes, children of all ages. I am your host, Matt Burns. And as I stated last week that I possibly had I will be looking for some updates in regards to the UKWA. I might as well just thought to get the elephant out of the room because in regards to last week's episode, because I stated that if I had any information in regards to it, I would reveal it straight away as soon as possible. Now, what was broken this week was that myself and Renee are the new winners of the giveaway. Yes, as as much as I could have revealed that last week, initially we were considering possibly keeping it hidden longer, but then we sort of noticed that certain people may be figuring it out, and as time went on, we felt the urge that we needed to get it out as soon as possible to get as much interest in regards to the UKWA and most importantly the King of the Kingdom Championship, which I will state, thank you everybody that has actually been sending in messages to the UKWA in regards to possible people to be fighting for the championship, and also some actual stuff. We are taking into consideration all you have to do, yourself or a fellow colleague, or even one of your your favorites, your most hated. Either way, it has been taken on board by myself and Renee, but just so you know, I won't be revealing anything in regards to the roster on this broadcast. However, instead, all I'm just going to state in regards to the roster is just keep an eye out on the social media of the UKWA tomorrow. Not stating what time yet. Any time tomorrow, at some point tomorrow, there's going to be a statement being released or an announcement in regards to the UKWA. My advice is, if you want more information in regards to the UKWA or UK Wrestling Alliance, give that a check out. I'm pretty sure, and hopefully you won't be disappointed, and there could be more to come after that. But in regards to any big massive reveals, the only time it will be ever revealed on the Burning Truth, which will be if it's agreed by myself or Renee, that is the only time anything will ever be revealed first on the Burning Truth. Otherwise, I am actually keeping things quite separate, where in regards to UKWA and also in regards to any announcements as such. It's a possibility you may get some special announcements on here, but that's, like I said, only if it's been passed by myself and Renee. Other than that, there will be no special announcements on the Burning Truth in regards to UKWA. So I do recommend you check out the social media, and I'm sure Renee also states that as well. But let's get down to business to do with wrestling, shall we? Because that's what we are all here for. As such, because of the business that I've been doing recently with the UK Wrestling Alliance, as such, I haven't been able to do as much. Reviewing as such in regards to the main wrestling as such, which I do apologise, as I've been pretty much on top of checking out other wrestling, other wrestling companies, other wrestling talents, and I can honestly say, up and down the country, we are looking for the best roster for the UKWA, and also potential contenders for the King of the Kingdom Championship, which, as already stated, very happy to continue on with Luke Basham being the champion, and looking forward to finding out who we can possibly have. But so many people, so many good offers, so many good challenges potentially. Well, as soon as we do know, it will be announced on the social media as such. But if it isn't announced on our social media, I recommend you check out the King of the Kingdom champion, Luke Basham, because you never know. Because wherever he is going with that championship, he could be defending it at any time. But moving on from that, in regards to WWE, we have got Brock Lesnar stating he doesn't have to do anything. That's the vibe that we've been getting from Brock, that he doesn't have to be on the TV shows. So at least he's playing up to the fact of what he's been doing lately. Now, in regards to the whole thing of mistreatment of Paul Heyman, is that to state that once SummerSlam is over, is Heyman done with WWE? We don't know. I hope not, because I hope Paul Heyman does actually find a new client to possibly push after Brock does actually, well, he's more likely to lose the championship to Roman Reigns. Good Lord, how much have WWE been trying to push this? Way too much. And we can see other matches slowly developing towards SummerSlam. But we'll have to wait and see in regards to that. Another thing that I will state, that there is a rumour going around that WWE is currently upset with Daniel Bryan. Now, the reason why this is possibly why he's upset is it's in regards to the current contract he's got with them. He hasn't signed a new one yet. We don't know if he is or not. The question is if he isn't going to be signing a new one, where is he going to be going next? Could he be going to ROH? Could he be going on the independent scene? Could he be possibly going to spend time with the family? We don't know. Only time will tell. My assumption is I can see it getting close, and then Daniel Bryan actually signing a new deal with the WWE, but we'll have to just wait and see in regards to that. There's also been talk that Aleister Black is injured, which might be a possible reason why recently he dropped the NXT Championship or not. But I don't think that would be the main reason why he's dropped it. I think it's in regards to NXT, the fact that he dropped it on a regular weekly TV episode might be stating they're having to drop it sooner because of the injury, or they could be doing it just a progress story, which is going to be very, very interesting. Now, hopefully, the injury isn't too serious for Aleister Black, and we do end up getting a triple threat between Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano, and Aleister Black for the NXT Championship. But on NXT, speaking of on NXT, the crowd sort of may have turned on Gargano a little bit, especially when he stated to Tommaso that I got you the championship, and Aleister Black roundhouse kicked him. Well, Black masked him. Very interesting situation at the end. I hope they don't push it too far and turn Johnny Gargano full heel, because I feel as though, yes, they have got some top faces, but they haven't got like a face quite like Gargano to replace if he ever turns to the dark side as of yet. So we'll have to wait and see in regards to that. Now, at this moment in time, I could state further more business. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to do as much as I stated earlier. So this is an actual a much shorter episode than usual. I do apologise for this. And also, another thing I will state is, you probably already noticed this episode has aired very much later than usual. that is because some technical issues did actually happen and occur, which, we've had some extreme heated weather lately, which has actually caused some issues with some technical equipment. So that's why it's basically been, that's why the work straight. We'll have to wait and see how things currently progress there. Now, in recent weeks, in regards to wrestling, unfortunately, we had some losses recently, which the burning truth was very saddened to hear about, and as such, it's always to get passed away. Anybody involved in the business, just Nikolai Volkov, Brian Lawler, aka Grandmaster Sexay, and Brickhouse will be greatly missed, and as such. And if I'm not mistaken as well, we also lost a retainer as one of the Chucker brothers, which is also saddened as well. As much as I know that is the art of wrestling, they were an entertainer, which is something that wrestling does try to do for everyone around the world, to entertain. And I'm now just going to do a minute silence on this broadcast to honor them, and in regard to their passing. So, a minute silence. And there we have it. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if that was a minute or 2 minutes. If it was 2 minutes, I do apologise for getting it incorrect. Unfortunately, the stopwatch that I was using didn't work as such. Fortunately, that was to honour the past. Honour some great people, some great entertainers and great wrestlers. We just rest in peace. They will be missed. Condolences to their families, to their friends, to their loved ones, and fellow work colleagues. Moving on to more news in regards to WWE. In regards to WWE, there's supposedly been some hypocrisy in regards to Luke. Well, there's been some hypocrisy thrown around in regards to Wrestling Observer Radio Dave Meltzer and co-host Brian Alvarez recently took WWE to task in regards to their women's division, how it's been currently booked. it was as such as involved. There have been some. They are having some hypocrisy at the moment in regards potentially to do with Luke's as such. In regard, supposedly that Meltzer believes that no, this matters because basically what looks like it looks like there's a possibility that they could be favouring Luke's over style, flash over substance. That's on. This is only rumour, by the way, and that might not be the case because we do actually have some great talents, but we'll have to just see how things currently go. They could. A lot of people have been. I know some people have been stating that the evolution is going to be compared to the first. Is going to be sort of compared towards the first ever women's Royal Rumble as such. But we'll have to wait and we'll have to just wait and see. You never know. It could. I think personally the women's evolution will become a big thing because they do need to have that stage, that platform. But in regards to the supposed accused hypocrisy, I think the fact that the women's division has been excelling lately, and such on talent than actual looks as such. But that's my own that's a personal preference. But if it was the case, it was look based, then that would be very disappointing because I feel as though WWE have been making strides on because just take into account some of the matchups that we've been having lately compared to how it used to be. They're a hell of a lot better, a hell of a lot better. And take into account at the moment in time, WWE are currently going ahead with a all women's pay per view, which hopefully would actually continue on to venture on to further things. Now, the news I want to talk to overseas wrestling is supposedly that there's a reason why WWE have interest in working with Kong. Now, some people have stated this has been ever since there's been talk of her being involved at the Evolution pay-per-view, but, potentially, but WWE have shown no interest in Awesome Kong. There's a possibility because the report reason why this could be is possibly because over the whole fact that there was a it's in regards to the reason when she was initially at first hired by WWE. She then took some time off due to being pregnant, but supposedly wasn't, which if that is the case, may have actually soured on WWE, but that might not be the case because some people have stated that she was pregnant and unfortunately lost the baby, which if it is that it's genuine that she lost it, then back off guys, that's unfortunate in regards to what on. But if it is that she has pretended it, then I can understand I can understand their because if she has faked it, then to pull on that is shameful, very shameful. But not going to go further in regards to that. Hopefully, business can continue further. WWE going on with with Evolution. I'm not mistaken. Awesome Kong is also starring in Glow, Just Ladies of Wrestling, which is on Netflix. Check it out. It's a TV show we recommend everybody check out. So, give that a check out. But in regards to that, I won't be bringing up this subject again unless it's massively brought up to attention like a big major change, which I don't think there is going to be much of a major change in regards to this. But if it is, I will bring it up as soon as possible. And with that, I am going to state that is most likely a wrap up in regards to the news for this, for the episode this week. Yes, I did state earlier that I have been very massively busy in regards to trying to get some getting deals for the UKWA, also known as UK Wrestling Alliance, pushing on forward, progressing further, and hoping on to bigger things. There could, because of said deals and as such, there could be a few weeks where I may have to cancel an episode of The Burning Truth. If in a case of if I ever have to cancel an episode, I will hopefully be able to give you enough time on social media that I will be, most likely cancelling that week's episode, and I will at the same time have to pray that nothing major happens, because I don't want to be missing out on any discussing the big news with yourselves. But as such, if there is any time where I do have to cancel a episode, I will most likely announce it on social media. But in regards to this, I recommend you check out the UKWA, also known as UK Wrestling Alliance, UKWM, also known as UK Wrestling Media, JG Printing and Stitching, Changes for Health and Wellbeing. The information on there, you never know, could end up helping yourself or someone that you may know. Team 4 Star, The New Breed, which is bands, and Kamens, Botchamania. I've always got to fit you in, Matthew. Barely Irish Studios, and as such, all these links can actually be found on the links page on the Burning Truth website, which is www.theburningtruthuk.com. Check it out, because that could be where you're listening to this episode live, or you could be listening to it under the past broadcast. As such, we've also got interviews up there, show reviews, merchandise. We can get some snazzy tops, and also some great office mugs, great presents. As much as I have been stating I will be pushing forward for a blog at the moment in time, the blog could be going on hold. The first post for the blog could be going on hold due to UKWA in regards to the events of what's been going on with UKWA. The blog could be getting held back, so I do apologise. If it is that it becomes any further, I could end up taking that off for a short time, which I will do apologise for wasting time, or I could end up just keeping it up there just to be able to release me usually pay-per-view prediction and such. But hopefully I will get a blog post out, a main one soon, but unfortunately that could be getting held up at the moment in time. You can also contact the Burning Truth on there. And as I stated, I've mentioned all the links I've already mentioned. We've got a links page, and last but not least, check out our social media page, which we are on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and also Twitter. The Twitter one is a little bit different, which is Wrestling's Fourth Wall, which is actually spelled WRESLING, fourth, which is 4THWALL. So check out that. And as always, I recommend anybody, and this isn't just because I'm involved with the UK Wrestling Alliance. I always state this: always check out your local wrestling, because you never know what's going to happen. You never know; you could end up even finding the next major star that's going to break out. So as always, check out your local wrestling. I will hopefully catch you next week, as always. But until then, stay well. Stay safe, and catch you laters.